Hi, it's Major Gay Day from the Salvation Army at Port Augusta. Earlier this year in our church, we started looking at some strategic plans and some mission imperatives. And one of the things that we wanted to look at was how we go about making disciples. And I think as Christians, this is something that we always want to do anyway. Well, after we've had Easter and last week we spoke about the two men on the road to Emmaus, we have this other little passage in Matthew's Gospel that is, I think, so pivotal to our Christian walk and in a way is what is our commission of, as Christians, what we should be doing. Let me read Matthew 28, verse 19. It says, "Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age." Now, often I've had conversations with that word go, therefore go, and people think that means that we have to go and be missionaries or we have to go out and do something. But you know, that word in the word go just simply means going about our work in our everyday life, whatever we do. So it's a little bit harder with isolation, I guess, because a lot of us aren't maybe going out like we used to. But how can we make some time to maybe make a phone call or, talk to a neighbour across a fence or something? What can we do to help others know about Jesus? How can we take this time when we can't interact like we used to actually make it a beneficial and fruitful time where we become more conscious about telling people about Jesus, about making disciples? And so I want to challenge our whole church. We want to look at, what does discipleship mean? And so I'd like to challenge us all to, over this next week, pick up our Bibles and read the first chapter of Mark. I think if we all read it together, we can then, think about ways that we can have conversation about this. It might be ringing some up and going, "Hey, I read this in Mark chapter 1. Do you want to have a chat about it?" Or we could set up a Zoom meeting or a, Facebook link up. There's many ways that we can actually set up group meetings these days. Maybe we could set up a little Bible study online that anyone who would like to be part of will, help you join in with that. But let's together as a church start reading the gospel together. Even if we don't particularly share our thoughts, let's read the words and see what God would reveal to us through Mark chapter 1. So let that be our challenge for this week. Let's all read Mark chapter 1 and let's try to find creative ways where we can share. It could be just simply even on Facebook. But let's share together what we learn about what God is teaching us through Mark chapter 1.